All right. Hello, everyone. Welcome. Get into some Athenian recorded games here. I'm Colonel JJ. Glad to have you with us. We are watching some recorded games of DerSuperSaiyajin versus Entropic. And it is the last match of the Bellerophon division. Hopefully, you can see this here on the screen. And it's been a very close division. The top three advanced to the playoffs. We have one last match yet to play or watch, which is this one right here. You can see all of these 2-1 series here. There's only one that was 3-0, and that's Baki over Stuccio. So you have Baki has clinched the first place, and then these three are kind of tussling over second and third. So unfortunately, the first game of the series, the recorded game doesn't work and there is no stream that I could find of it. So I've got the results, which was actually a win for Der Super Saiyan, who bumps up then you get a point per win, bumps up to 8. So the best that we can get now, hopefully Entropic wins the second game, and then we can go to game 3 because that means a lot. Because if Entropic wins the last two games in the set, he'll end up with 8 points. Super Saiyan will have 8 points. Craig Hack will be 8 points. And I've got a few tiebreakers, and they're all exactly the same. So it would be a three-way tie for second and third place. And I don't know what I would do. We would have to figure something out. So that'd be kind of fun. So let's see. We'll see what happens. If Entropic loses one of the two games, Entropic it ends up being in fourth place or lower. We'll finish at least fourth, and then that means these three will advance for sure. So yeah, there's a chance that we'll end up with a three-way tie here, or Entropic will be left out. So unfortunately, we are kind of missing a recorded game. Well, not really missing it, just was bugged out. So we will move into game number 2 between Entropic and, see, this is the bugged one. This one is what we need. And we'll make sure everything looks right here. And their Super Saiyan has their point. I think, anyway. I could be wrong with my... No. Yeah, Super Saiyan won the first game. So we are moving on to our second game of the series. It's kind of weird because we're starting with the second game. That's just the way it goes sometimes. And we are watching Entropic here. In the blue color, we will switch. Oh no, we're good. He's on the left side of the map. He is playing Odin. Odin on the new patch. A little bit more regeneration. Zeus on the new patch. Heroes slightly better. And Zeus is being played by Super Saiyan. We will fast forward to the beginning stages of the game. So, yeah, if Entropic wins this does make game 3 very important. If Entropic loses this game, game 3 is actually completely useless. It doesn't matter at all. So hopefully Entropic can win, just so we have a pretty nice game 3 to watch here. Let's see if this is working actually. And it is. So Zeus versus Odin, and he kind of, I know this just from the old version of the game Legacy, that, and I was all about Zeus doing the Athena rush with Hoplite Toxodi and trying to just to push the Odin in classical age, and then the Odin would try to fast heroic. But yeah, it's a completely different ball game here in Retold. You could almost see maybe like some really, like a lot of Minotaur, potentially. Because yeah, we are going up Athena. And Entropic would probably want to go up. Ooh, bad kill location for that last one. But a little bit of a late advance here for the Odin. Very forward temple could be destroyed somewhat easily going up with Freya. And wow, we already have, yeah, the Zeus is aged up already at this point. And what does Super Saiyan do? I feel like Super Saiyan kind of dictates, Zeus kind of dictates the matchup here. And the Zeus is building a town center. Yeah, I've noticed this from Super Saiyan. Well, from all one series of games I've watched from Super Saiyan is that Super Saiyan likes grabbing an early town center. This early town center here doesn't really protect anything. I mean, this gold mine is close, but not quite. And this gold mine is in the front, so not that one. So, bit of a greedy town center. Jason is up here trying to grab this relic that increases the hack and pierce armor of soldiers trained at fortresses, so it doesn't really do anything for him, but would help the Norse quite a bit. Got quite the brawl here between the Berserk. Well, why don't you just fight? You're going to win. But I guess that's a lot of hit points lost for Jason. Now this Berserk should just run away, right? You have a bolt on the Valkyrie. You going to run? No. Say you could run the Ulsark and like let the Berserk like slowly heal up, but I guess not today. We've also got one of the new relics. The new relic, Tusk of Dankang. Tusk of Dankang. Brings 2 pigs a minute. This is a pretty nice relic. 2 pigs a minute. They don't start off with a ton of food, but whew, that's just going to add on to the in the base food that if you've watched me enough, you know I'm not really a fan of. There's just too much food in the base, but my opinion doesn't matter, so who cares? Entropic is going to be probably a little more aggressive. Entropic, I've watched some games from Entropic last season where if the opponent likes to grab an early town center, Entropic will kind of go for like a early heroic age one town center timing push. It does see these villagers over here with one that already is a little bit damaged. Sees the scout here. The scout does spot the raiding cavalry for Super Saiyan, and it will get sent flying away, wanting to see if that town center is grabbed. See, it's grabbed, and now we'll come in up on these here. Forest Fire is used. So hard to get value out of that thing. Does a little more damage, actually. Forest Fire was buffed a little bit. So you can actually see it almost. It does. It actually kills a building now. This is insane. Forest Fire can kill a storehouse. So that's nice to see, because before it was really legitimately did nothing. Will it kill a house too? No. Maybe? No, it's done burning. It looks like it's burning, but it's actually done doing damage. Come down here, look at a few villagers. Yep, garrisons. Wow, that was some really long delay in deciding to attack. Oh, watch out. Don't just take free... the flying animation is a little bit over the top. Oh, probably could have picked off that villager. Wasn't really paying attention. And we see some Toxotes, a Hoplite, another Valkyrie. So has trained 2 extra Valkyries here. Going with quite a bit of raiding cavalry here. Valkyries heal quite a bit. Very useful to have. Technologies, we are looking at pickaxe, hand axe. Raven is checking, and he is also checking for resources. Do we have a wall? We do have a wall built here. We'll attack that to get out the gold mine. And you can see that Entropic, it looks like we'll be, yeah, trying to age up here soon, is getting the Valkyrie upgrade. A lot of villagers repairing down here. It'd almost be worth it to cancel this upgrade. That's 200 gold, just so you'll there'd be the ability to age up. Uh-oh. This wall is not what it needs to be. We have some villagers killed. And a third one. Toxotes are kind of out of position. They will both die as well. The army comes in a little bit too slowly. Not really sure what the army was doing up here, considering these units were obviously about to come in. I don't know if he saw this up here and wanted to kind of deflect that and thought the wall would hold longer. Sees the wall that comes up here. Sees some villagers. These are some nice early picks here for Entropic. I mean, you can kill a few villagers and keep up with the villager production, despite having only one town center. Do we have that newly upgraded crenellations technology where it can follow? I wouldn't dive on this. I would really... Okay, there's nothing built up there. I would check here. But really, all over. Oh, gets one. Just one. And now you gotta watch out because these raiding cavalry will die quite quickly if they just are left to their own devices here underneath the towers and stuff. Yeah, I would check this. Because you can see there's no villagers gathering here. Wait, these raiding cavalry are all just dying. Stayed a little bit too long. So we're almost dead. You know, I want to see. I have to see. Is there anything? I told you. And I told him, come here first. Because just the building of this wall says that there's units here. You don't even have to scout it. You just kind of know. And like they're all so dead now, you can't get any damage out of this. They're all gonna die. Nord's reached. We have an age up with Nord. Do we have enough to cast trees down here? Trees on the villagers. You see this slow army up here. I would really cast Walking Woods. You saw the whole army up there. Just cast it. You could probably punch down the town center really quick. Nice, more villagers killed. Just use trees, you can get in. You know the army from Super Saiyan slowly marching over. Yeah, very slowly. Villagers have to retreat out. This is looking very good for Entropic. He is behind by 16 vills, but that's okay. Kills a few more villagers. They just have to keep running further and further away through this network of walls and gates. Watch out so you don't lose these units, though. These are kind of caught. Yeah, they go down. Maybe should have gotten out there a little bit sooner. Now don't lose your raiding cavalry here. Here comes the giant in for the big fight. You know, I don't know if there's really enough units for Entropic to fight this. Just been losing a few too many raiding cavalry time after time. We do have some Jarls coming in, so this is going to be the timing push here. I mean, Entropic kind of has to make this work. I would cast the trees now. I mean, where's the raiding cavalry? There we go. I would have cast them here. Okay, here's a lot more units. Trying to bait them out. Can the trees get out, or are they stuck? Okay, they got out. This is quite the choke here. Really don't want to be fighting this as Entropic here. Yeah, I don't know why you would fight this. Just these archers are doing so much work behind all of these buildings. Minutes are down. Mountain Giant's tanking a ton of damage too, though. So in the end, this might be good enough. But this is a really nice position for all these archers to be. But wow, the wave of units keeps coming. 3 more raiding cavalry in the queue. We don't have enough military buildings from DerSuperSaiyajin, and it looks like in the end, we're gonna have to retreat out of this position. Here's the last wall of defense here. Now where do they go? What do they do now? Got one Minotaur, one hero. Toxotes coming back, trying to finish off the Mountain Giant. You know, just turn the Toxotes on the Throwing Axeman here. Come on. Yeah, well, look at all these resources that Super Saiyan has and just not enough military buildings. Villagers are coming to repair. Oh, they were just too late. He could have actually kept this up if the villagers got there just a little quicker, and then the Toxotes could have hopped in. Super Saiyan was very close to defending this. Just a few more military buildings, and he wouldn't have lost the town center. It looks like he will defend in the end. But that could have been so much better. I don't know if Entropic did enough damage here, though. Because actually, Super Saiyan didn't lose a lot of villagers. Boy, there's some idle time going on up here. Guys are trying to figure out what to do. A ton of resources in the bank still. Around this gold mine here. It looked good for Entropic, but I think in the end just lost too many units still during this fight and didn't kill any villagers. And in the end can't get the gold block and is behind in military production. Yes, Throwing Axeman kind of scouts the army out here, but this is a scary army now. We're almost at, you know, a full population army. Here comes another big fight. Got a lot of Throwing Axemen, but nothing heavy here. And we're trying to get these raiding cavalry and such are fighting the hoplites. This isn't the fight we want if we're an Entropic fan here. Ooh, that's cleaned up. It looks like Super Saiyan's gonna take this game. Because Entropic really can't afford to have like idle villagers or dead villagers. He doesn't have any. And you know, it's kind of really the all-in on the town center to kill it, where that's not really it's not really the prize. The prize is just keeping Super Saiyan off of gold. So to lose all the army here is a bit of a problem. We got another, you know, kind of reinforcement here from Entropic, but I don't know if he can keep up with just the sheer numbers. I mean, still way behind in military. And we've got just medium. Heavy raiding cavalry. I just don't think there's enough units here for Entropic to hold. You could get the myth units out here. They're okay. Alright, he'll hold. Myth units are a little scary. The heavy cavalry are also scary. But I don't know if Entropic can really keep the pressure up. Yeah, he's got to try to hit some raids. Like needs to check the corners of the map and such. You know, you just pushed him defensive. That's when as a player that you're trying, you know, you're one town center trying to keep the pedal, you know, the foot on the pedal. You got to go from here and then immediately come up here. Now he is going to see the villagers up here, and Super Saiyan reacts pretty quickly to move out. But I would, if I were Entropic, I would send my units. That's a little too late now. Actually, pretty smartly done there by Super Saiyan as soon as he sees the villagers. Kind of knows, well, Entropic's gonna send his army over here, so I gotta get out. Got all the upgrades, plus 20% hit points. Thundering Hooves. Doesn't want, you don't want to fight this without the rest of your units here. So I guess it's just 4 raiding units. A little bit of an awkward like positioning here for Super Saiyan for the beginning of the fight. And there's another resto. That's going to be tough. But now we've got the throwing axemen on the Toxotes. The Jarls do live forever against these hoplites. But boy, you sure would have liked to have gotten some more cav on there. Okay, alright. Wow! Super Saiyan needs to get to heroic age, and very quickly here. And again, we're at the kind of the part where we don't want to fight here. 6 favor in the bank, building another mountain giant, getting a shield maiden Valkyrie. Yeah, you almost, I think you kind of want this fight here from Entropic. You got nothing to kill the myth units on the other side. So this is going to probably be, well, I don't know. Man, these hoplites live forever. They do have Sarissa now, which gives them more damage and more range on their attacks. The Yars with almost 300 hit points live a very long time. There it is, the heroic age. Super Saiyan has bronze at his disposal. In a very nicely defensible position here. It's going to be hard for all these units to get in. There's a bronze. But you probably don't want to fight into the bronze. So you can retreat out of it. Not the end of the world. We've got almost out of gold, so this next gold mine here is going to be the important one. Probably get these units out. You don't, I mean, every unit wasted is an important unit. Yeah, nothing up here. Still working on these endless farm pigs from the relic. Tropic fighting for his tournament life. If he loses this game, Tropic is out of the running for playoffs. So there's a lot on the line. Super Saiyan will clinch a spot with this win. If he gets it. Alright, there is no bronze. Not a lot of hoplites here. This is a lot of Toxotes. I would try to cut off any potential retreat. I would have forced this fight if I were Entropic right here. I think he missed an opportunity. Because you want to get the fight before any of these heavy upgrades come in. And he could have pathed into like here. There's a slight opportunity there. Maybe he's trying to coax him out. Maybe they're all gonna, the cavalry's gonna run in now. He's pretending like, 'cause he's got a bigger army right now. We do have another. I like these houses. Do have enough resources for another restoration. Boy, there's just not enough kind of like heroic age raiding going on. The Super Saiyan is doing a nice job. He's kind of abandoning this top half of the map because there's really nothing that he cares about, and is pushing everything down to the bottom. But yeah, this is the big thing here, and Entropic is just kind of nowhere to be seen. Like this attack here just gets some Vil kills, but it's not the little Vil kills that you want. It's giant coming in. Do we have any more heroes? This hero's gonna die. Do we just sack the town center? We have like a little bit of a base race here. I hate to say it. I think the Zeus base race is faster. And Entropic only having one town center, I don't think can afford to lose a town center. Okay, it actually has a second one. Losing a lot of villagers here. I would just abandon this position if I were Super Saiyan. You don't want to lose this. I love the base race. Uh-oh. You gotta save these villagers, though. Because if he can get out with these villagers and kill all of these, you know, leveled up the villager count a bit, but we gotta get him out. Boy, I don't know, is this worth it? You gotta come down to the gold. You have to. Killing these buildings just doesn't matter. There's just not any villagers over here anymore, but okay. Overall, since these villagers escaped, it's not a bad trade for Entropic at all. I would take that if I were him. He's leveled up the bill counts, killing some loose units here. Nice little. Now where's Super Saiyan's army? Right here. Gonna finish off these units. Boy, these building killings. Just run down here. This is where the villagers are. Who cares about these buildings? Finish the villagers, or finish the villagers off. Same thing here. The buildings. Who cares? You gotta come where the villagers are, which is all up here now. Oh, why are you doing this? I don't care. The houses don't matter. You got. He's at full pop because if you're not killing the units, yeah, Redra did miss all those. So he might spot them up here now. Because if you're not in the midst of a fight, killing all the houses don't really matter. Uh-oh, they've been found. Okay, we'll just turn them into berserks. See, now it's too late. Now the army's back. There's an opportunity there. What's going on here? All right, come up the village. You're right. That is me every game. But see, Entropic can't fight a heads-on fight. Which is why he needed to take advantage of while the units were all away is to come down there and play. Now does Entropic notice this is getting built and send his yeah, he is. But yeah, he can't fight this is the problem. There's a restoration. We do have a mythic age for Fimbulwinter. This is after the patch, so Fimbulwinter not as good, I think, right now. Yeah, your Jarl's on the hoplites, not quite what you want, but how did this go up? He must not have noticed the Ville's building it. Oh, that's a big blunder. Didn't notice these villagers building it. And we've got Hera coming in. 57 villagers now for Entropic. Yeah, Red wins this now. There was an opportunity, despite all that had happened. I mean, Entropic has done well to get back into the game. But the opportunity was ignoring all of the buildings and running down here while the army was up here. Because if Entropic forces the issue and comes down here and idles everything, he then saves the rest of his buildings in his base because Super Saiyan would be forced to defend that. The Super Saiyan was definitely very happy for Entropic to get bogged down in all the buildings up here. I mean, look at this army count. 160 pop army. And we're soon to be lightning time. Yeah, and we have lightning storm coming. I mean, surely lightning storm just wipes everything because here is lightning storm. It's about here, and we're gonna see it clicked. Here it comes. You're gonna try to hide everything, but there's just not enough places to hide. Actually, if you put all the throwing axemen in here, all the cavalry in here, and could have actually hidden quite a bit more of your units. This is kind of the last stand. The lightning storm did suck. You're right. That's because most everything. It wasn't nerfed in the last patch, but now he's fighting champion Toxotes too. Gotta try to get that. Yeah, these champion Toxotes are just too much behind the lines. I can't believe he let this town center up. Trying to take it down, but not quite. So close, but just been behind villager count all game. That gold mine's almost out. That gold mine's almost out, leaving just that one. This still lives. We have a restoration for the big fight. Still don't have the last upgrade. A lot of archers just shooting away at the units. I mean, this is Entropic's playoff lives here. I mean, there is a game 3, but essentially would be meaningless. Other than just maybe a feel-good, you know. I like how this one villager did not get turned into. Yeah, that's gonna be it. After the timing attack didn't work, I thought that actually Super Saiyan would cruise to a pretty easy victory, but Entropic made it close. And that's a good game to Super Saiyan. Wins game 2. And man, fun game though. That was a fun 30-minute game. You can see, even on resources, despite being down in the villager pot for quite some time, but eventually falls behind a little bit too much, and it's really the total military resource value just behind and can't ever really win a major fight anymore. But yeah, this was the fight at the town center early on. I mean, you killed the town center, but the goal is to block the gold there. It didn't quite block it, so well played to Super Saiyan. I can't get my thing to pop up here. I want to. There we go. Well played to Super Saiyan. Can we bring up the pop-up? Thank you. There we go. Fun game. I enjoy the chaos of the games. And game 3 is the unknown. Yes, I would like to load it. And our last game on the unknown has spawned a Erebus style map here. Super Saiyan moving on to Freyr. Entropic staying with Zeus. No, not staying. You know, it had not been Zeus yet. So Super Saiyan is Freyr. Entropic is Zeus. Entropic up on the top. On the unknown. Unknown tends to create just your fairly standard Erebus, whatever. It's all the same. It's all Greek to me. I would think that Freyr would be a bit tough to win with in this situation. Just the Zeus pressure, I feel like, would be too much. Especially with this forward gold mine. I mean, just go gangbusters. Right here. Gangbusters with just Hoplite, Taxodi, Minotaur. There we go. Trying to sort out these deer, get them a little bit closer to the granary. Why in the world is my tooltip popping in the top left of the map? Reduces the cost of repairing buildings. That's another one of the new relics. I feel like if you're in a position where you need to repair a lot of buildings, you probably could use more than that relic. I can see it, I don't know, being somewhat useful. This is a lot of villagers on wood. Older and Athena. Are we just gonna be grabbing a town center, or is this normal? Where are these villagers going? Oh, shoot all these boar. Increase repair time. Myrmidons. Okay, that one isn't super useful. We have a military academy. We've got, yeah, the labyrinth of minotaurs. Yeah, I know what you mean. Repair speed's already quick. That would be strong. We have a bolt. And we can slow it down. We probably had a bolt on a hearse here. And yeah, here's that pressure that I was kind of talking about, where it's going to be hard to stay on this for a long time. Walling this off, I think this is... Is there a hole? Yeah, there is. Kind of a funky tree line here. And it's hard down there. Ooh, valuing killing. Okay, gets kills, but gotta get out of here. Don't want to lose all your... It's an expensive hero. This guy's just... Yeah, come on down here. Check the back. You have not seen any villagers on food, so that you gotta know they're gonna be somewhere else. And nice kind of reaction from Super Saiyan. Come up here. Get on the berries. Defense this for now, but I would assume we've got another Minotaur coming here shortly. We don't have a second Minotaur. We've got Bull Minotaur. Where's the second Minotaur? It's not quite enough resources. And he's housed. We've done 2 more military buildings. Is he really going to afford all that? Nice to stop this longhouse. 1 fewer military production building. Watch out for your hearse. Yeah, get him out there. It's crazy how he runs. Oh, there's the other one. Never mind. He already got a second one. So it'd be the third one we'd be looking at. Why they're so fast. Imagine with that new relic, the new relic that increases myth unit speed. It's pretty nuts. Without even like having seen it in use. Like speed is everything. And Super Saiyan is kind of what I thought, getting pushed off his gold. You still got to take a look at this one down here. But right now, Super Saiyan looks like he's just trying to get all his food resources right now. As well that off, though there is that wraparound that we looked at earlier. Pushed off of the gold. Super Saiyan has got 160 gold in the bank, 800 wood. Okay, dwarves think they can come back for a little more gold. He's trying to build that military building. It's not working. We still have a restoration too. Yeah. This is so vintage Age of Mythology here. Just the Hoplite, Taxodi, Minotaur. Probably your restoration? No. No resto. Well, I guess it doesn't matter. Got the villagers coming in to fight back. The ox cart's getting targeted down. You know, actually, overall, this hasn't been a bad trade for Super Saiyan. Would have been nice to kind of get back without losing that. But yeah, now there's no hero, so this guy can live well. A little surprised he never came to the back gold mine. Or built like a market. I mean, we've got 1,000 food, 1,000 wood. I don't even think he'll get the... Yeah, won't even get this up. That's too bad. Yeah, really strange not to even try to go to that gold mine. Just gonna sell a gob of resources here. But yeah, it's just too late. Minotaur comes wandering in, checking. I mean, Minotaur's assuming that Super Saiyan's been on that back gold for a while, and I really don't know why he never went to it. It's really what you could have done. Try to defend this a little bit, but then put up your hill fort down here. And then just, once you fully lose the front, hopefully your hill fort's done, then you can just come back here and get on that one. He wants to kill this Minotaur. Kill him. Comes out just to get gored by the Minotaur. Throwing Axeman wasn't quite it. Trying to pick off these Minotaur, just so strong. Builds are all idle. Now what do? It's like this gold mine doesn't exist. That's. Ooh, excuse me. Could be too tired. I gotta go to work for a meeting here in about an hour. You know, I'm almost positive that Super Saiyan won the first game. I'm actually not, like, I'm like 95%. Daddy. You're gonna follow that up with something awesome, aren't you? I dream of going to a meeting. Dream of going to a meeting naked? That would make for an exciting meeting, I suppose, especially if it were work related. There is no follow-up joke. I guess not. Just... You know, this special attack that these archer units do, the Draugrs, it's hard to figure out if it's like really good or not. The pass-through damage is nice. Entropic going, I might be afraid of these 3 Draugrs here if they get a nice shot at the leaving. The thing that's just distracting for me, I don't know, it's weird. Actually, the attack's kind of repelled here. Just the visual attack of the Draugr is just a little bit confusing. I don't quite fully understand it. Like, it's just not obvious how it works. So they wind up, right? These little orbs fly around. These... So do the orbs do the damage, or the arrows that go right behind it? I'm really confused as we see this last big fight here. Did we... What, are we saving restoration for the next game? Got the pig that's come out up here. Like, we are legitimately saving restoration. Yeah, the pig is awesome. Really, they did a really good job with the Frere God Pack. Like the new God powers are all interesting. The pig is pretty unique too. I mean, the pig is kind of its own thing. The defensive hill fort in H2. I mean, not only is it the hill fort, which I guess isn't that crazy, but it gives the husk arrows in H2 as long as you don't lose it, as we have Dionysius. And then Tempest is kind of an interesting little like frost combination thing. So it's all really interesting god powers. And of course, this guy just keeps getting hit further back. And of course you've got, why can't I think of the last guy? I mean, I know the big exploding fox or wolf, but I forget the name of it now. It starts with an F, doesn't it? But, oh, that's it. I mean, I guess we have bronze and restoration here still, but I would have liked to have like seen that, you know, fight out a little bit more. I mean, he is behind it. I mean, he's behind, but there's only one hero. Well, no, you got Jason. You got two heroes. Well, I think that Super Saiyan was trying to age up and wasn't getting the resources anytime soon. It did just run out of the back hunt, so it probably was over. But you know, at least you get your one last fight in. But anyway, that is the last game in the match. Entropic does get a point, but I need to confirm here really quickly. So this is our starting where they were fighting for essentially second or third. Entropic needed to win 2 of the 3 and went 1-1, and then I don't have the recorded game for the first game was bugged, so I better double check. My understanding is that Super Saiyan won the first game. Yes, so Entropic does miss the playoffs, losing to Super Saiyan here. Now this is a surprise for me because Entropic finished. He's got second place in the first season. To go from second place like in the tournament, but like the whole thing, to go from second place to missing out on the playoffs, it's a bit of a surprise. And this whole division here, I mean, so close. There was only one 3-0 in the entire season. I mean, look at all these 2-1s, just everything except for this one. And then Entropic drops to Super Saiyan in the end. Baki does get first place. Super Saiyan second. The DOD, Craig Hack, is third, and then Entropic just missing. And I mean, even Stuccio and Garmajuda really aren't that far out. I mean, just a couple games going a different way. Like to get last place in your division despite winning 5 games is, nothing really to be ashamed about. I mean, to pick up five games isn't far off. I mean, 3 more wins would be playoffs. So really an interesting season here for these guys. It did go all. That was the last game of the the season for this division. Um, Today is the last day. We're a bit behind over here. There's been some scheduling issues. I've got a game scheduled for tonight, depending on your time zone, against Defiance. Um, so I need to win that. And then I do have to play Zapata, but I don't know if that's going to work out. There's some scheduling issues. It's, I guess, hard to keep someone interested when they start out 0-2, losing 3-0 both sets. So, I mean, not a good start. You'd basically have to win out to advance. So, but still, I guess play the, just at least play the games. We do have, we're going to move on to, I've got time. I've got some more recorded games between Kyber and Coffee Night. Let me change the names and stuff here. So Kyber versus Coffee Night is the last match in a middle tier um, group, and it is for first place. Whoever wins 2 games in that series gets second or first place, and whoever loses gets second. So first and second. So fight for first and second. And oh, coffee. We'll just make it Kyber versus coffee. It's almost like fiber versus coffee, and we'll start out 0-0 and 0-0. Because yeah, we're almost all wrapped up here. And let me put on the overlay here real quick. We'll just update it to say that we are doing Kyber versus coffee. I will save that. Big Daddy 1984. Big Daddy. And we will get into, where are these games? Oh, I didn't put them in my folder yet. That is a bit of a problem. So we can move all of these into the watched. Actually, these games were played the same day the patch came out. I hope they still work, because if they were before the patch, I won't be able to watch them because they would go out of sync. Save, download that one, and download that one, and see what this message is. We will move them over to my replay folder. There we go. Get back to our game. Put on the replay. So yeah, this is for first and second place. Essentially for first. They're playing for first place. Uh-oh. These look like they're bugged. I'm not the smartest person, but when you're trying to watch a game that has a 0 byte size, I think they will not work. Or maybe it's just bugged and says 0 bytes for everything. Why does it say that? I guess all these say that. Well, that's really weird. Modern technology. Okay. Let me make sure we're watching the first game here. I guess it doesn't really matter. Yeah. Okay. We'll fast forward. So we're moving on to Coffee Master RTS versus Kyber. Kyber is Thor in the blue. We will change the colors to match, and then Coffee Master is in the bottom left. He has Odin, so Thor versus Odin on a Ghost Lake, kind of a nice classic fight here. Can you guys see the game? Yes, you can. Can I close some windows? Yes, I can. I got all sorts of things open. Got to fight over the goats in the middle of the Ghost Lake. Always send your scout forward, get the goats that are on the ice. The ice looks so cool. And retold. A lot of cracks in it, though. I would really, given the cracks, I would really maybe be a little concerned by walking out onto the ice, but doing that. This is loading a little bit slowly. I'm not sure why, if there's something special on this map that is making this game run a bit slower than it should. Got a Dwarven Armory, so this is, you know, the new Thor. Dwarves for Norse are a little bit worse on the patch. Yeah, they're just slightly slower. And then some of these technologies cost a little bit more. That one mythic technology, or not really mythic, favor technology costs more. So the armory build, and then Kyber, or no, Coffee Master has to respawn with hopefully some like aggression or something. You also have slightly weaker dwarves too. Now 55 hit points, which means they essentially take one fewer hit from raiding units. Which I have as a one-trick horse kind of a Poseidon player. I have noticed a difference between the dwarf and the villager. Just that extra hit points does matter. That extra hit. Nothing too exciting for relics. They're all actually pretty boring. This guy decided he wanted the one that makes infantry train faster. I guess that's okay. You'll want to make some throwing axemen, I presume. Getting the Hammer of Thunder, which just does cost a little bit more. Get more favor. Also get your free villager. Got the Valkyrie running in, and we can probably slow it down a little bit here. And the age up, and then kind of a slow aggression here from Coffee Master. So these players would be 1450 to 1500 skill level, and oh, we are grabbing a town center here. Do you do that in? This seems so strange to me. The new Norse War. Grabbing a town center, is that the thing? Because in Legacy, any Norse War was just all out fighting. Two men duking it out. Brawling to the death. And now we've got this economy stuff. Thor gets a better economy. Building a wall there. Why is my game so slow? Let's close out Discord maybe. One more relic here. I don't know if I need to look down there at the top left of the screen. Armory techs are cheaper. Get that as Thor. You get like free armory upgrades. Yeah, he's going to get it. Cheaper armory techs too. The second line. Also more dwarfs. If you really want to get them, I guess they still cost a decent amount. So what do they cost now? Yeah, 200, 150. So cheaper. Might fast forward this because we aren't seeing a lot of action here. Get on the more Aurochs there. So 2 town centers versus a town center with the Thor build. And what does Kyber choose to do? Getting lots of Herseer out for a lot of extra favor courtesy of his technology that he's got. Do I know of any way to import settings into Retold? Like import from Legacy? So, no. And I don't know if there is a Legacy profile for hotkeys that like copies over the keys for the Legacy. There might be. I don't know if I made this. I suppose you could copy somebody's hotkeys over, maybe. But I think that's all tied into like all of the settings too. The problem is I don't know if I changed anything for Norse. Maybe I did. Oh, here's a big raid here. I don't know how much I really changed for that, though. I think I did it for Greek and Egyptian. But it's also got some of my hotkeys that I use that are different than the standard too in it, so it probably wouldn't really be what you want. I mean, I can get, I guess, I don't know how to get it to you, but maybe after this series, we got another little raid here. We'll kill the throwing axemen, get on some villagers. There are a ton of hotkeys. There's a few important ones to turn off that are stupidly turned on by default. Like there's a hotkey, I believe it's called pan with right mouse click or something. There's like a camera pan that essentially means if you hold down your right button too long, it turns it into like a scrolling your screen hotkey. Essentially, instead of, so like if you're clicking units and trying to click and you hold it just a little too long, your screen starts scrolling, and that's on by default, and it's really annoying. It took me a little bit to figure out what was doing that. But it's really short. Like you're not really even holding it. That there's times where I was like clicking like fast, and it would almost think like it was being held down, and then it would start scrolling. So like it was really annoying. You better run these villagers through this gate that you're about to make. There you go. Loses just one, not too bad. So starting off pretty close. Though actually we were way ahead in villagers for Coffee Master, but we've got Kyber hitting age 3. So what does he do? He's behind in villagers, ahead in the age up by a decent amount. He's going to be ahead about 2 minutes probably. So can he make this work with something? And if we switch over to Coffee Master, he's got a decent army here in the middle. Looking for something to hit. Needs to be a little more aggressive here, I feel. And by aggressive, I don't mean running the Valkyries past all the heroes. Oh, see, now that he ran off... Like, send one unit to build this. Not all of them. So that you can fight. Because you don't want to fight after he starts getting his age 3 technologies. In which case, once he gets those, then you just have to sit back. And maybe that's what he's doing, but... And we see some more units coming here, and will Kyber's all of a sudden his cavalry show up down here and cause some problems? No, they're a little bit far back. But yeah, this is where now we have like a frost, where if Coffee would have push this attack isn't going to be on the receiving end of a really good frost here. Because really what you try to do here, I would frost this and kill the town center. But I guess you don't have to. He's going to win this anyway. Yeah, really nice attack here by Coffee Master. Boy, is he aging up in this town center? No, just building a villager. Because this is what you have to do if you're going to age up but be a little bit behind in villagers. You got to push the aggression here, and that's what he's doing. And okay, you're up again. I mean, I guess you can use frost on this. Do you really want to though, or do you just kind of cut your losses? Boy, these raiding cavalry are still up here are just causing so much problems. And wow, this game has turned so fast. I mean, Kyber kind of took a bad fight down here and lost half his, a good portion of his raiding cavalry. Now he's fighting here, losing all his infantry while his raiding cavalry up here playing. Nothing wrong with them playing, but then you gotta keep your throwing axemen back, and this is... You gotta frost this, right? Oh, I do. Do I have the colors and names? Coffee's down at the bottom. And he's getting lit up right now. Frost Giant is taking a ton of damage here. And there we go. Both players thought they were going to lose that fight. Yeah, Kyber's blue. Coffee's red.
Skip on?
No eco upgrades. He's a bit not super proportional. I mean, he's got a really wide set of shoulders, but man, he's got a pretty thin waist. Okay, yeah, those fights didn't work out well for Coffee there. And kind of, if you kind of look at this as a whole, but if you look at this from a little bit of like a strategical standpoint, Coffee needed to, right after Kyber aged up, Coffee needed to fight up here and keep Kyber in the back. Not really like fight a big fight if he didn't need to, but at least force Kyber's attack down here to be slower. And coming up here to raid, I think, is maybe checking that gold mine. Something. We have a frost on just a ton of villagers here. And these are in the wrong place. I mean, that's 40 seconds of 23 idle villagers there. That's pretty rough. And yeah, we've got just a pretty decent unit differential. With Frost here, that was... I mean, I guess you don't want to lose all of your buildings, but could have maybe held on to that a little bit longer. Need to come to this gold mine right here. Come to this forest right here. We still have forest fire for both players. Man, you could really have caused some issues here. This is AOM retold. Oh, there's all these heavy berserks kind of showed up out of nowhere suddenly. Ooh, I think that I think Kyber hit the wrong button and accidentally recruited a whole lot of villagers into berserks, which is pretty significant. He's suddenly down a lot in villagers. Yeah, I think he accidentally switched 18 18 berserk or villagers into berserks. It's not free either. So we've got a big fight here. But we've got all these units. I mean, now obviously he's got such a huge army that he'll win this fight, being Kyber. And Coffee should probably not have fought that fight where he did out here. Now I'm seeing all these units coming in. And that's going to be a GG right there, fighting that fight. I mean, we all saw that happen. And Coffee probably didn't. If he would have known that, he probably would have selected a little bit of a better fight here. You know, maybe not so far open into the middle where all the extra, because you know, if you fight back here, you know, all the extra units actually, you know, can't fight. I don't know if it was intentional. I mean, if it was intentional, that was a pretty bold move to do. But I think I mean, they cost so much though. Oh, you're being sarcastic, but okay, all right. Who knows? Maybe it was. Maybe you really wanted to win this fight. Yeah, all of a sudden to be down, but now we've got the terrible fight that Coffee took. Then Kyber gets the win there. Coffee's way behind in economy again, despite. Well, you know, he could have potentially done that to defend from the raiding cavalry, but yeah, 56 to 38. Yeah, just a little bit of an awkward kind of transition here in early age 3, and really well done by Kyber with the pressure. So Kyber takes game 1. So remember, this is just a fight for first place, get a bye in the first round of the playoffs. So Kyber gets that first win. And the first to 2, essentially. Essentially, it's a first to 2. The third point or potential point doesn't really matter. All right, Gaia versus Poseidon. Kyber's Gaia. In the blue, we have a Gaia. Have to load that up. And then on the bottom is Coffee Master as Poseidon. We'll see how his Poseidon is. This is a tough matchup for Poseidon. The weightless mace upgrade is really scary. So we'll see what he does. I do okay in the Gaia matchup, but I feel like it's pretty hard. Not impossible, just hard. Harder than like some of the more easier matchups like Poseidon versus Freya. Be pretty simple. Got scouting going on here. So yeah, this is a battle for first place in the division. First place gets a bye in the first round of the playoffs. Second place would have to play the third place player in the other division. What does Lush do in Retold? You know what? It gives movement speed and it heals your units. Like a 10% movement speed. And I think it also heals like a 1. Where are you going to be able to tell? For the tech tree. Gaia. Nope. Nope. Lush heals friendly units and buildings. 1 hit point. I thought they were faster on Lush, or is that a tech? Okay, this is technology. 15% movement speed if you're on Lush. You have to get the technology first. Is there a bracket? Try typing this in. Although you're going to see spoilers. Is that going to work? You're going to see some spoilers on there. So there are 3 different division tiers. You know, kind of upper, mid, lower. I think they're called mythic, classical, archaic, kind of with the mythology theme. Maybe could have gone with like heroic, classical, archaic, or something, but those were the names. Will there be a season 3? There will be. When it will be, I am not quite sure yet. Since I'm the one who runs it, it is really very much based on my schedule. And I would not be able to run a tournament during the summer. So it comes to do a tournament from, have a very short break between season 2 and season 3 and start season 3 in like mid-April so that it's done by June. That'd be doable for me. But that's also a very short turnaround, so will people really be interested in playing again so soon? Otherwise, it would have to be not until September. Would be season 3, which is a long time. April, May, June, July, August, September. I mean, we'd be looking at 5 months between, which is a long time. What are we doing here anyway? We're up heroic or classical age, and oh, we've got a town center grab, a forward one at that. Trying to prevent the Caladria from seeing it. This is not the way I play Poseidon at all. We'll see how it works. Kyber here probably sees that and maybe do some military infantry raiding and then like a quick heroic age and getting a bunch of dryads, potentially. There's a lot of... That's what it looks like it's going to be. And I really like just going aggressive. Did Matt do that in Legacy, though, or are you talking Retold? I mean, it probably is good. I like the aggression. All right, so we've got almost 500 gold. Not a lot of food in the bank. Getting Bite of the Shark. Getting 2 more Caladria. Well, maybe actually be a little bit more into the classical age aggression. My game is a little bit loading slow today, like worse than it has in the past. We got 3 Caladria. I come on here and try to prevent any food gathering. It's going to give you a hint. It's right here. It's a lot of villagers right here. It's almost so many, it's like inefficient. I don't know if you can really hold this for Coffee Master. And this is kind of the scary part of taking a forward town center. See, I'm almost... If I were Coffee Master here, and if I wanted to take a town center, I don't know if I would take this one. Because I already have a safe second pack of hunt behind my base. I have chickens. I have berries. I got 12 pigs. Don't really need this town center for more food because there's just gobs of it right at my base. So I would be more tempted to grab this one. Because this town center doesn't really even protect like a gold mine. That's not protected. That's not protected. Gonna try to go up there. But maybe he can defend well enough. We do see Thea pre-queued appear on Kyber's side of things. Let's see, I'll have to leave for my meeting in about 45 minutes. Will we have enough for this series? I guess the series will be done, essentially, if, well, not essentially, it will be done. If Kyber wins this game, because then he clinches first place. Oh, upgrade. Oh. Villagers gather 5% faster. Here comes some raiding Ramillo. Or some idle time. Probably circle around back if he really wants to, if he knows that there's villagers down there. Grabbing these resources as well. And how is Kyber looking? I'd like to see maybe a few more oracles. Also, when are they going to fix it? There's no reason that oracles should be getting favor from looking off the map. This should not work. This is going to be a pet peeve of mine for probably the remainder of Retold. Shouldn't get favor for looking like these oracles should be gathering half favor. I don't like it. The whole point is like because they are seeing the land. They're being an oracle. Not looking at anything over here. Alright, we've reached our aged up. We'll use our tree to get the free dryads. So you're downloading it on the Game Pass, huh? The Game Pass used to be cheaper than what it is now. I used to do a lot of Game Pass games. You could usually find some deals every enough. Uh-oh. Oh, go this way. There we go. Nice little split up here. Coffee is a little slow on noticing this, so we'll lose 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. They just didn't even need to be there. Again, you still got all of this in your base. There's just no reason to be on this hunt. So it's kind of one of those things where you just... You're going to... You have to minimize, essentially, weakness. Because sure, he might not ever check it. In which case, what does it matter? But he might, and you might lose villagers and idle time, you know, walking here, walking back. So you don't even give yourself the opportunity to lose units. Bird is really mad at the storehouse. It's like the bird that like flies over your car and poops on the windshield. And yep, those gotta go back too. Similarly as well, but these don't have to be on that gold mine. You got this one. You got this one. So now they're all idle because somewhere. I think Kyber's going to have a hard time. You're really going to need to see a ceasefire used here. You don't want to be fighting this yet. Okay, they're retreating. Surprised to see the retreat. If I were Kyber, I would have probably continued to push here. Maybe fight instead of, there we go. Use a Carnivora on this as well. Why not? Be careful for, I'm surprised no God Powers are being used. You've got bronze. The sooner you use bronze on a big fight, the better. I guess Coffee Master wins anyway. In the end, the Hydra and no heroes are a bit of a problem. I guess we have one Terma hero. Full Hydra. He does some work. I don't remember if you were here, Noob Tablet. I think there is a game that is on Game Pass. At least it used to be. Maybe it's not anymore. Big fight here. Zoom in on this Hydra. He's got 3 heads. The blue units are kind of stuck behind the scene of the crime here. Heroes shooting forward, and wow, the timing attacks here from Kyber. Not looking so good. I thought he'd be a little more effective with his his early heroic age push, but not so much. So Coffee Master's in a really good spot now. He's kind of defended the scariest part of the game and has done so without using any of his god powers. So really would be in the driver's seat at this point. Just have to be careful. We've got a lot of Hypaspis now against a completely different unit composition. The Hypaspis were because it's afraid of like more Murmillo, but now the Hypaspis are kind of useless against all these Arcus. We really need to see a whole lot of cavalry here. Like a ton of cavalry. Get your cav upgrades. Start making a ton of Hippicon. The only thing that could keep Coffee Master from taking over the game is just continuing with a poor unit composition. Because despite being up on villas for a while, it doesn't seem to really be up on military at all. Okay, heavy Peltast. Losing a few more villagers. They need not be. And these Peltasts are great, but unless he micros them onto the enemy enemy Arcus, then they won't be so great. But now it's actually not that hard because there's nothing to attack them. But boy, there's a ton of Arcus here. These Hypaspis aren't quite what they need to be. We got the Prodromos on the Contarius though, so overall pretty decent fight for Coffee Master. Had a few Catapultes coming in. Boy, these Contarius do live for a while without having any Prodromos on them, so defends the attack. Not too bad, not too bad. Ton of oracles all over the place. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 now. Lots of Dryads. The Dryad spam is scary. Has all the eco upgrades. Coffee Master is a little bit slow to get his eco upgrades. Yeah, there's one down here. I saw. I just didn't count it. Didn't matter. Yeah, a little slow to get some of these eco upgrades. Yeah, see right here. Ooh, where do they go next? Really only one gold mine to go to. Get our bird back. Bird flying back and forth, checking this gold mine. One gold mine here. You know, with bronze in the pocket, Coffee Master could gold block right now. But it looks like he's just going to play defensive. Yeah, there'd be a an opportunity here to just gold block. And then the Petrobol is probably to attack this position. But this position just doesn't matter anymore. It's kind of like a face. You got your two eyes here in the mouth just hanging open. Mouth breather. Pot shot at the... Boy, I'd love to see some Hippocon here. You know me, I'm a lover of Hippocon. But now it's behind military production suddenly. And now the Prodromos are kind of losing their value. I guess there's still a few here. Got a big fight here. Are we going to use bronze anytime? Oh, where are these guys going? They have selected to shoot at the very wrong unit. I don't know what they are shooting at, but this is not a good fight for Coffee Master here. His the Peltas have become frontline troops. That is a disastrous fight. Kyber's been doing a good job switching up his unit compositions. Kind of been a step ahead all game as far as switching from units. Like once that first army died, didn't make any more Murmillo, and then Coffee Master made a lot of Hypaspis that kind of lost value, and then once Coffee Master kind of switched into a Prodromos Peltas combo, now all of a sudden the Murmillos are back, and there are a lot of them, and now there's almost no Hypaspis, and we've got to, if you're going to fight this fight, use bronze. If you don't want to fight this fight, use ceasefire. Instead, we're just going to lose more units, and the bronze has been used. I'd rather you use the ceasefire first. Use that to get up to full pop. And then fight. Yeah, I mean, I don't know if he has to. He does. And he's got all the upgrades to get Hippocon. Just isn't making them. And there's just too many Peltas. Like, there's nothing wrong with some Peltas, but 20 is too many. Because the problem is you're never really going to be able to micro them enough to where you're not overkilling. Because, you know, you're probably at best going to put them into two groups. So you're having 10 attack a Peltas at a time, which is going to be a ton of overkill. But still a close game, even in score. This town center is built by Kyber. Went too far forward now, and now, oh, don't fight this. Where in the world is this at? Oh, down here. We got a little bit of a raid. Eats up a defending Prodromos. So we've got the raid and then a big fight. And somehow these Peltas are still alive, but they are about to not be. So you gotta... Just probably distracted by the raid. And man, this... Oh, the Prodromos were all attacking the Carnivora. And this was a disaster on both sides. Loses the big fight. Loses villagers. When you get out of position like this, probably gotta use your ceasefire. But yeah, I would have liked, rather than this bronze, you ceasefire, you get up to full pop, you fight with bronze, and you try to block the gold. Would have been the proper play. But yeah, just a rough unit composition here. Like, I think it would be much better just to do a Toxote Hippocon spam, and then you'd be happy. We can see there is absolutely nothing being built for red right now. He does have a large army. Let's see where it is. Well, his army is all Peltas. And some Hippaspis, which are okay. I guess the Hippaspis I can get behind. So now this is an awkward fight for blue here. But he's treating his Prodromos like they're anti-archer. Or trying to use them like they are, and it's just not working. And we're having another raid on the villagers, which it's not really the villager count so much that matters as the fact that it's blocking the gold income, though I guess we do have 800, 1,000. But yeah, it's just Coffee Master just doesn't quite need to be in as defensive of a position as he's in. And oh man, these raids are just eating him up. And we've got Hecate coming in. So Hecate is almost here. Could use that kind of anywhere. I mean, I guess this palace doesn't really matter. We've got the walls upgraded, but it's just the running right through the middle. So now I'm putting up some more walls. Kind of wall off the back. But where do you use Hecate? Run through here. Bunk. 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 And... okay, let's get it. These guys are really confused by this wall, apparently. Got 5,000 wood in the bank. Yeah, I just like even if you don't want to fight with the Hibicon, at least just make like 6 of them and then just send them into the base. You know, kind of, you know, the counterpart to what Kyber's been doing, which is just sending like 5, 6, 7 Cantarius in the base to raid. You do the same thing with your Hippicon. And now we do have, look at all these trees. Oh, how many are there? 11? There were 12. I heard one die. And there's the ceasefire we have. Yeah, we've got ceasefire for the catapulting. Why? Why do they do that? The funny thing is, though, the ceasefire doesn't stop the beast from attacking. All it really does is let them. That prevents you from attacking the Tartarian gate. And oh, what in the world happened here? No, why'd you run? Finish him off. Oh man. Does guy have 3 trees? Oh wow, yeah. This is gonna be tough to kill because there's nothing really to kill a building here. Coffee Master's just getting overrun now by all these Dryads and Murmillos. And that's it. Wow. Wow. Really well played by Kyber. The lush spam here. Well defended. Good aggression. Just all over Coffee Master. Despite kind of losing that big fight in early Heroic Age, Kyber really responded well. And Coffee Master, just kind of a clumsy unit composition, kind of all game, kind of cost him. Like, the problem with Peltas is, yes, they're very good units, but they require a lot of micro. And I think these players are 1,400 to 1,500 mostly, which is still solid, but probably not a level where, like at that level, I'd say you wouldn't really be able to micro consistently. Like the average player at that level probably isn't able to consistently micro a unit like the Peltas good enough to make them worth building this many. A few of them, but this many just becomes redundant. and then they're just going to be tossing their javelins, doing not a lot of damage to Murmillos and Dryads and Cantarius, to which point they might as well just be Toxotes. They'd be doing more damage. But fun game. What this does mean is that Kyber has clinched first place in the division with the 2 wins here. Coffee Master is second. See, this is the point where Coffee should have been able to go on the offensive. There was a timing somewhere here. Yeah, here could have gone defensive. This is when Kyber ran out of gold, but it looks like Coffee was out of gold too for a little bit. So there's a timing here where Coffee could have attacked, but he didn't. That's okay. It happens. You can't win every game. But yeah, really fun game here between these 2 players. So well done to both. Well done especially to Kyber, who took the division there with that game 2 win. So we will give Kyber the well-deserved victory. 2-0, and we will pull up the league that they are in, which should be now all finished up in the classical set here. Kyber finishes up top. Coffee Master finishes second place. Defeated Darth Knox, so it's that. And then I actually think that Coffee Master, yeah, they ended up just not playing game 3 because there's kind of no point. I thought, I mean, it doesn't matter if he wins. It's kind of hard stuck there. So yeah. So then this division, the Chiron division, is still wide open. There's literally just 1 series left, and it matters to a lot of people there. So we've got most of our playoff spots figured out and confirmed throughout this. I have tried some of the new Chinese gods. Yes, I do have the early access to it. So I've played it a little bit. They are the quality is there, certainly. Really well done. I would say my initial reaction to them, which is maybe partially just because they're new, is that they're pretty complicated. They are complicated. So it's going to take a lot to figure them out. So I don't know if they're complicated because there's too much going on or just because they're new and I'm not familiar with them. Is this live? It is live. It is early. It's 5 a.m. Technically late for me. So I'm a night shifter, so currently. So on my nights off, I stay up and do stuff around the house and also play some games or stream some games. So yeah, this is the Athenian League. We are going to end our stream here. I do have a meeting actually to go to work at 5:30. So I must get ready to go. Noob Tablet, are you still here or no? I will see if I can figure out a way to send that hotkeys to you, but I don't know. I don't know if you can send a hotkey profile, but I'm going to turn the stream off. I assume you're on Discord. If I can figure it out, I'll send it to you on Discord. So yeah, thanks for watching, everybody. It's Noob Tablet. That's a unexpected Discord name. I would never have guessed it. Playoffs will begin next week. Well, actually, this week, I guess, depends. Sunday is your last day. So today, Sunday, is the last day. So there's really only a few playoff spots yet to figure out. So well done, everybody, getting the games in. There were 70 total regular season games to play, and I think we're at like 64 matches played out of the 70. So that's fantastic. A few players dragging their feet a little bit, but that's okay. Sometimes life happens, but if that does happen, I guess let me know. And, that's okay. But all right, thanks for watching, everybody. Noob Tablet, I'll try real quick to figure this out and send it to you. If I can't figure it out, I'll just send you a message. So thanks for watching, everybody. Bye.